Dr. Aaron Rowe's state-of-the-art office in New Haven, Connecticut, is a stark contrast to where he was a year ago.
My wife, our 3 teenage daughters, and myself went to Ghana last summer and were able to work in Accra, the capital, as well as Tamale, a city in the north of Ghana, performing eye screenings as well as surgery. And while I spent much of my time in the operating room, my wife and children were able to work in outreach clinics in small villages to do screening and find patients to refer for tertiary care.
Rose volunteered with Unite for Sight, a nonprofit organization working to improve eye health and eliminate preventable blindness worldwide. So far, the group's 4,000 volunteers have treated more than 600,000 patients. Unite for Sight started 8 years ago when Yale University freshman Jennifer Staple was interning at an eye doctor's office.
So when I first was working at the eye doctor and really saw a need, and then I wanted to be able to create a solution to this problem of really a preventable and avoidable eye disease. And 80% of all blindness is preventable, which is a startling statistic. Then started as a very small idea in a small student organization at Yale for 3 years, going into these different community centers, providing basic vision screenings, and then matching people with free health coverage programs. And then after developing this model for 3 years, I thought it would be terrific to begin expanding it to other universities within the U.S. so that this successful model could begin helping people throughout the country. And then within a few months we had about 25 chapters and then quickly 50 chapters, and then also began expanding the organization internationally, where there's a huge need for eye care in remote villages and other locations where people have never been to a doctor and just aren't even aware that eye care exists for them.
Andrew Clabber is pursuing a dual degree in business and law at Harvard University.
After my sophomore year of college, I decided that I wanted to spend some time in the developing world. I had an internship all set up in India, and then 2 weeks before I was going to leave, Indian and Pakistani soldiers mobilized along the line of control. 14 days later, I found myself in northern Thailand. I didn't know what I would do there. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know anyone. But I saw over time, I was spending 10 weeks there. Children, young girls, walking around the night bazaar with older Westerners, and realized that this was the sex trade right in front of my eyes.
That experience inspired Clabber to found Orphans Against AIDS in 2002. Since then, the nonprofit organization has provided education and healthcare funding for children orphaned or otherwise affected by AIDS in developing countries. Many young people across the U.S., like Clabber and Staple, are taking on the challenge of becoming social entrepreneurs by identifying pressing social problems and using their entrepreneurial skills to develop innovative solutions to change society for the better. For producer Joseph Mock, Elaine Lu, VOA News.